What's up, people of YouTube? Welcome to our very first episode of Let's Talk. Inside today's episode, we will be talking about relationships. You know, what it takes to maintain a relationship, what it takes to break a relationship, and what it takes to get inside a relationship and stuff like that. And with me, in my opinion, relationships are like job interviews. Because when you go into an interview, you're dressed real nice, you're looking real good, smelling good, trying to impress the person that's interviewing you. And then they ask you questions about your history and about, why should I give you this job out of all these other people that want this job. And then you got to impress them that way. And then they also got to impress you upon letting you know what this job has to offer for you to stay with that job. So you guys are trying to impress each other. And that's what a relationship is like when you're starting off inside a relationship. Now, when it comes to a job, once the person gets the job, what usually happens 7 or 8 times out of 10, the person end up slouching, end up getting lazy, doing nothing that he said he was going to do inside the job interview. So that's when you get to these scenarios to where a certain side of the party, and usually it's females that say, you're not doing like you used to do when I first met you, so I can't be with you. And a lot of dudes don't understand. I'm a dude myself, but at the same time, usually dudes are the ones that end up falling inside that category of not doing a job that they said they was going to do.
And on that note, that goes to basically the relationship when a guy is trying to impress a girl. He's always taking her out, opening doors, buying her things, and doing things just for no reason or just to impress her. But then as soon as you get in a relationship, it completely stops. He stopped maybe calling most of the time or texting most of the time. No longer do you receive cards or flowers or stop opening the doors for you. Just everything completely changed. Like, don't do anything in the beginning that you're not going to continue to do when you enter that relationship with that person.
When I used to meet new people and stuff like that, that's the hardest part, because not only do you got to impress them, you got to get impressed yourself, and you got to make sure you don't get yourself hurt in the process of falling in love or having a deep relationship with somebody. And I like to be real. I don't like to be fake, so what they see is what they get in the long term and stuff like that. They don't get this short-term fakeness from me, and then later on they get something different. And usually a lot of guys like to, act like they're Mr. Superman and Mr. Save the World, and I'm gonna sweep you up off your feet just to get inside your panties, and after that it's over. So the best thing that females should do is, make their asses wait. If he can wait, then he's a real man. Like, he really wants you. I'm not gonna say he's a real man, but that just shows that he really wants you.
What if the girl wanted then and there?
But if the girl, that's a good point though. If the girl,
first date.
If the girl wanted then and there, then that kind of flips the script, kind of, because basically, actually, that talks about the topic I wanted to actually bring up inside this episode about how relationships getting based off of sex and stuff like that. You gotta have a healthy relationship. A relationship based off of sex, it's only gonna last a certain amount, and sometimes it's the other way around. Sometimes the sex isn't good, so it makes a relationship fail. That's why you see a lot of celebrities breaking up, like, oh, they were so cute together. There was what happened with them? It was always going to, you see them here and there on the red carpet. You've seen them, always hugged up with each other, but sometimes the bedroom action isn't good, either because they're both busy or because
they just don't have enough time with each other.
Or because the dude ain't satisfying, or sometimes when it comes to celebrities speaking, sometimes female celebrities don't have enough time to even have any bedroom action, and that's why you get some situations where celebrity guys cheat. But celebrities, they're just like us. They're regular people, but their business is always out on Wall Street, so that's why it seems like their stuff is different. Everybody go through the same old relationship type tactics and stuff like that.
That's another thing. I know we're not talking about celebrities, but why do people think celebrities are superhuman? Like, they're supposed to be perfect and flawless, and they were born from somebody. Exactly. They're normal just like us. They are not perfect, 100% perfect.
It's just that their talents got them on TV, and it's because you watch them on TV every day, so when you see them in person, they seem like somebody. It's like all you gotta do is be on TV once, and then you're just somebody different. Like, you just famous or something. I don't know where it comes from, but they're just like us, like the Tiger Woods incident. A lot of guys, I'm not saying it's good, it's not great, but a lot of guys cheat on their wives, girlfriends, fiancés, etc. And everybody took it to extreme measures, acting like what he did was an extreme crime, like he just murdered somebody or something. A lot of guys do that every day, just that he was a famous golfer that had been golfing ever since he was 6 or something, and he got caught. A lot of his sponsors didn't want to work with him anymore. It's like he was just having sex with other females. What that has to do with his sports and his skills at what he do as a golfer. So now he's like, that done messed, even though he don't want to do it to himself, but that still messed him up. And you can tell when the facial expressions he be having, like he's not really happy with his life and himself right now. The reason why a lot of people get back together is because they don't want to do that whole process of starting all over again. And I know how that feels because I had not a lot of relationships, but I had a handful of relationships where I'm so used to being up under that person, I'm so used to being that person that I go to and that person that I be with every day and stuff like that. And then once you break up, you separate for a little while, even if there's 100 females or 100 guys on you, it doesn't matter. Like, you're always thinking about that person because they don't do, any guy or any girl, depending on who you are, probably wouldn't do what you used to your boyfriend or girlfriend doing. You know, probably y'all have y'all certain routines y'all do. Probably you used to her rubbing on you at night or something like that, and the other female just ain't down with it. You know, little stuff like that. And you know, sometimes it can be hard, and that's why you end up going backwards sometimes
Instead of forward.
But sometimes going backwards end up paying off because y'all end up working out what y'all need to work out and stuff like that. What about you?
Well, I won't talk about too much sex inside of a relationship. I feel that guys should back up a little bit for guys that go around saying that they like to have sex all the time and every day. And you're in a relationship. Sometimes too much sex can cause your relationship to end because sometimes you don't want to have sex every single day. That gets tiring and then it ends up being boring. Go a couple days without having sex and then it'll make it a little more exciting.
Speaking of,
but
go ahead.
you wonder why your female is pushing away from you, and that's because you want to have sex with her every single day. She's trying to tell you, back up, but you saying you could do it, but then you don't do it. You push on her and to get her to have sex with you every single night. That's just doing too much.
That's a lead into cheating. That's why.
Exactly.
And then that's the excuse that guys have. Well, the reason I'm cheating on you because you didn't want to do it with me. Well, we just got them doing it like 55 times in a row.
Exactly. It's too much. So you can't have sex every day. That's
and like we moving over to the sex episode though, but you got to back it up a little bit. But before you back it up, I want to say, sometimes it's good to wait because I like that feeling of not doing it, not having sex in a very long time, and then. Man, not a very long time, but like a long enough time to where you just ready to knock some stuff off the ballpark. Like it's just you all ready because you know how like I heard before somebody else say, your first time with somebody, having sex with a particular person is always going to be one first time with that person, or just one first time period. But I'm talking about as far as with that particular person. But sometimes if you wait for like a week or 2 or 2 weeks, even a month, telling you y'all have sex, y'all will be scratching and. Like it's our first time again. Like y'all gonna be all into it. I'm telling you. Like he's going. Yeah, it makes it feel good. But if you doing it 24/7, you're like, get this shit over with. Come on, hurry up, damn it.
Right. It's in there. Right.
Hey.
Some people don't want to be in a relationship. Why is that?
Basically because they're scared of what happens at their last relationship. They got their heart broke and. If you know how that feels, then that's some strong stuff right there. That's hard to take sometimes, hard to swallow.
That's true, but as well, you have to learn how to kind of move forward. Like you can't blame another female another dude. Excuse me, you can't blame another female or another dude for something that happened to you in the past. It might have been really heartbreaking, but sometimes people are different. Most times, try to step out of your comfort zone. And that's the reason why you keep picking the same dudes that do a lot of the same things to you. Step out of your comfort zone, get with somebody different, have a possibility of being with somebody that
can get out of that comfort zone to just, deal with the same person that, that broke your heart or whatever the case may, be.
It's hard. Try going for it. Try dating a white boy. You ain't never been a white boy. Go with a white boy.
All right. So with that said, that concludes our first part of our episode. These episodes are going to consist of 2 parts. Episode 1, part 1. Episode 1, part 2. So stay tuned. Look for part 2 coming up soon. Peace.
What?